today. I hope that you're doing amazing and fantastic and wonderful. So, I'm gonna show you some of my Kindle book haul. So, last year I read like 93 point something books on my Kindle, like 93%, not 93 books. I only read like 80 something books last year. But I read a majority of my books on my Kindle because it's quicker. When I'm up in the middle of the night with my son, I can read on my phone while he is feeding and different things like that. So I have been very much just plowing my way through books on my Kindle. So I thought that it would be fun to sort of do a Kindle book haul. And so let's just dive into it. All right. The first book that I am going to talk about is A Beautiful Death by Charles Finch. This is the first book in the Charles Linnick mystery series. I have a feeling that I have read this series, or like I started this series, I think in high school, but I'm not quite sure. But they did start talking about it on the currently reading podcast that you guys know I'm obsessed with. So it says Charles Linnick's Victorian gentleman and armchair explorer likes nothing more than to relax in his private study with a cup of tea, a roaring fire, and a good book. I mean, who doesn't? But when his lifelong friend Lady Jane asks for his help, he cannot resist the chance to unravel a mystery. The cover is absolutely stunning. I love this. I love it so much, and I love the fact that it is a it is a good long series. I believe there are there's 14 books in the series, and I am really excited to sort of dive deeper into a new series. The next one I got is The Deadly Mystery of the Missing Diamonds. Hi, buddy.
You want to surprise Alex?
Yeah. Guys, we have a visitor. Oh, goodness. What are we doing? Look, Alexander.
Might be pretty bright for him.
He's looking at my computer instead.
Alex. Hi.
Whoa, our mom's light's bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much going on.
Look at you standing up. He's gotten some new books too. Let me know if you want me to do a baby book haul. But yeah. You wanna go back to Dad? It's bright. You wanna go back to Dad? Oh. It is awkward. We're awkward. Okay, so it's The Deadly Mystery of the Missing Diamonds. This is the first book in a Dizzy Heights mystery series by T.E. Kinsey. I think I got the book for like 99 cents or free or something like that. But I love that it says Missing Diamonds, Mysterious Death, and all that jazz. It's based in London in 1925. With their band Dizzy Heights, jazz musicians Ivor Skins Maloney and Bartholomew Barty Dunn are used to improvising as they play the Charleston for Flappers and Toffs. But things are about to take a surprising turn. It looked really good, and then like with March Mystery Madness and everything, like the cover is very much like the theme and on point with March Mystery Madness, and so I was like, I mean, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, the next book I pre-ordered. You guys know how much I absolutely love Ellery Adams. Guys, I love her so much. I, of course, had to pre-order the 7th book in the Book Retreat Mystery Series. It's Murder in the Cookbook Nook, and I couldn't be more stoked. If you want to go and pre-order it, it's only $6.64 to pre-order it right now. And it looks so good. Virginia is for lovers, and Storyton Hall is its best vacation spot for lovers of books. The big event this summer is at Jane Stewart's Resort is a bookish cook-off. It's a blend of the literary and the culinary, but someone is headed for the mortuary. and the cover's just amazing, and you guys know how much I just love anything and everything that Ellery writes, so I had to pre-order it. The next book I purchased, because even though I have it on a physical book that I hauled, you know, with my middle grade haul, it was only $2.99 on Kindle, and I really wanted to read it super fast, so I purchased The Case of the Missing Marquise, I think it is. It's the first book in the Enola Holmes series by Nancy Springer, and I loved the book so much. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that I purchased the second book, The Case of the Left-Handed Lady, and I've already finished that as well and really enjoyed it. Enola Holmes is the little sister of Mycroft and Sherlock Holmes, and in the first book her mother goes missing, and so she sends word to her brothers about trying to find their mother. Sherlock can't seem to find her mother, and Mycroft wants to take Enola Holmes and turn her into a nice young lady at a boarding school, and Enola sort of runs away and becomes her own sort of person in London, and I'm really enjoying it so much. And then The Case of the Left-Handed Lady, Enola Holmes is hiding from the world's most famous detective, her own brother, Sherlock. But when she discovers a hidden cache of bold, brilliant charcoal drawings, she can't help but venture out to find who drew them. Young Lady Cicely, who has disappeared from her room without a trace. And I really enjoyed it. Will I be purchasing book number 3? Yes, most likely. That is going to be happening. The next book I got is How High the Moon. I think this was like $1.99 when I purchased it. I'm really bad at just purchasing things that are like in that price range. I'm like, it looks good, and that's not a lot. It adds up, Courtney. Math adds up, but I still do it anyway. So it says, in a small town of Alcolu, South Carolina in 1944, 12-year-old Ella spends her days fishing and running around with her best friend Henry and cousin Myrna. But life is not always so sunny for Ella, who gets bullied for her light skin tone and whose mother is away pursuing a jazz singer dream in Boston. You guys know how I've been feeling about middle grade books lately, so that whenever that one was up, it looked like a steal, and I'm excited to dive into it sometime soon. Then I got a text message from Catherine, and the Stories of Ray Bradbury was like 99 cents at the time, and it's the extensive collection of the imaginative stories by Ray Bradbury. It's got science fiction, fantasy, horror, suspense. Normally the Kindle is $9.99, but I got it for $4.99, so I'm super happy that like I was able to jump on that, because I just finished Fahrenheit 451, and I haven't read a lot of other Ray Bradbury books, so I'm kind of excited to read some short stories by him. The next book was a push from the Currently Reading podcast, and it's Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz, and this is book 1 of the series. And it says, when editor Susan Ryland is given the manuscript of Alan Conway's latest novel, she has no reason to think it'll be much different from any of his others. After working with the best-selling crime writer for years, she is intimately familiar with the detective, Atticus Prund, who solves mysteries disturbing sleepy English villages, a homage to queens of classic British crime such as Agatha Christie and Dorothy Sayers. Alan's traditional formula has proved hugely successful. So successful that Susan must continue to put up with his troubling behavior if she wants to keep her job. It says, Conway's latest tale has Atticus investigating a murder at Pie Hall, a local manor. Yes, there are dead bodies and a host of intriguing suspects, but the more Susan reads, the more she's convinced that there's another story hidden in the pages of a manuscript, one of real life, jealousy, greed, ruthless ambition, and even murder. it just looks so good. And then apparently, like, I've been living under a rock because I didn't know who Louise Penny was in the mystery, like, genre. I feel like I am, like, I'm a loser for not having known who she was. So of course I purchased Still Life, an Inspector Gamache novel. It's the first book in the series, again pushed by a currently reading podcast. Chief Inspector Armand Gamache of the Sûreté du Québec and his team of investigators are called in to the scene of a suspicious death in a rural village south of Montreal. Jane Neal, a local fixture in the tiny hamlet of Three Pines just north of the US border, has been found dead in the woods, and the locals are certain it's a tragic hunting accident and nothing more. But Gamache smells something foul in the remote woods and is soon certain that Jane Neal died at the hands of someone much more sinister than a careless bow hunter. And then last but certainly not least is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. It basically deals with this woman who has committed suicide, and she's sort of stuck between these two worlds. Sort of like planes of existence, where she gets to sort of see what her life would have been like had she made other decisions in her life. It sounds very, very, very emotional and impactful, and it might be a while before I am able to read it, because I tend to avoid books that evoke too much emotion in me, and that's just the kind of reader I am. But I am so excited about all of the books that I recently hauled on my Kindle. What have you recently hauled? It can be like a physical book, or it can be a Kindle book, or a library book haul. I've done library book hauls as well. But let me know down below. Let me know, did I pick any books that you absolutely loved? Did I pick any that you absolutely despised? Because I like to know what you guys think of the books that I'm reading as well. But that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.